Let us start our Anumodana Dhamma. Paliwa Anumodana means giving you an inspirational talk to rejoice your good deeds you have done yesterday and today. Today we are celebrating Vesak Day as usual and annually every year. We have given such talk every year, and I hope our regular audiences are familiar with the occasion. Anyway, if those who miss a chance of listening to gain the knowledge, let us go through briefly why we celebrate this Vesak Day. The word Vesak is introduced locally by devoted Buddhists, most probably in Sri Lanka or India. Vesak is a month that corresponds to this English month of May. And actually it is the name of the month is Vesakha. And in short, people just call it Vesak Day, Vesak Day. It is very beneficial even to generate the thought of this day, because it is Samvejaniya Kala. Samvejaniya, Paliwa Samvejaniya means that provoke or that invoke spiritual or inspirational urgency regarding our Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha triple gem. So it is very beneficial. That's why some people go pilgrimage to India. That is because Samvejaniya Thana. Thana means a place or locality where Buddha's milestones of his life took place. So equally important is to remember or to, whenever we reach this time, to reflect or to think about. And that is the Samvejaniya Kala. Now what we are doing is Samvejaniya Kala. This is the time where the great events or auspicious events in Buddha's life took place. The commentators even said that if one can generate these thoughts, it creates such a great karma. One will be reborn in heavenly beings of gods, heavenly realms of gods, or if in our human realm, if one will be reborn in a high social standard with comfort, security and prosperity. So those who cannot afford or cannot have an opportunity to visit Samvejaniya Thana, those places, one can reflect on the Samvejaniya Kala, the spiritual or religious urgency provoking thoughts about these great events of Buddha's life. Majority of our devotees understand only one occasion on this day, Buddha's birthday, but actually 4 great events or auspicious occasions took place on this Vesak Day, so-called Vesak Day. It is a full moon day corresponding to Western calendar May, the 5th month, full moon day of May. On this very day, 4 great events in Buddha's life took place, but majority know only one occasion as Buddha's birthday. The first great occasion on this day is the Bodhisattva, the one who is going to be our Sama Sambuddha Buddha Gautama. He was an ascetic or a hermit who has gained all the 4 or 8 psychic powers or abhanya, both mundane and mundane, rupa and arupa jhanas. And he is in a position to gain even path and future knowledge. When he met, at that time, Lord Buddha Dipangara has arisen in the world, and when he met the Lord Buddha Dipangara, he bowed down at the foot of this Dipangara Buddha and he aspired to become a Sama Sambuddha. And on this case, this Buddha Dipangara confirmed his aspiration that he going to be a Sama Sambuddha after 4 aeons and 100,000 world cycles as our Lord Gautama Buddha. Those who study the life story of Buddha will find Buddha Dipangara bless him. Actually, Buddha Dipangara cannot bless him. He confirmed our Bodhisattva Sumedha as ascetic's aspiration to become a Buddha. By his psychic power, he tried to scrutinize the occasion, and he found that this ascetic Sumedha is going to be our Lord Gautama Buddha after 4 aeons and 100,000 world cycles. And he confirmed or prophesied that he's going to be a Sama Sambuddha. And this great event or special or auspicious occasion that took place on this very day, the full moon day of May or Vesak, which is now we are celebrating as Vesak Day. After that, he was whirling around the samsara, the repeated chain of rebirths and death, fulfilling 10 by 3, 4, 30 parameters or 30 perfections to become a Sama Sambuddha, and in his final life as a Bodhisattva, he was conceived in the womb of the chief queen Mahamaya, the chief queen of the King Suddhodana of Kapilavatthu, the Sajjan kingdom, and the northeastern border of India. So when our Bodhisattva was about full term means when he was mature enough to be delivered from the mother's womb, the chief queen Maya, tormented by the urge to visit her own native place, that is the adjoining Sajja kingdom of Devadaha, she set out with the permission of the king towards her own native village. And halfway between the two kingdoms of Kapilavatthu and Devadaha, in the cell groove, our Lord Buddha to be, the baby was delivered in this forest, cell groove, the groove or the forest of cell trees, midway between the two dynasties. And there is the second great occasion in the life of our Lord Buddha, the birth of the Buddha. Buddha was born in the forest of cell trees, cell groove. Now, about 400 to 500 years after Buddha's final passing away, one Indian king by the name of Asoka, he established monuments there to commemorate Buddha's birthplace in Lumbini. Those who have visited may know about it. Anyway, if we can think of it, at this time Buddha was born in that place. That too is Samvejaniya Kala. If you visit the place, it is Samvejaniya Thana. It has the same potency and benefit. So that's why we are giving this information to you all to reflect every now and then that this is the time on the full moon day of Vesak, corresponding to 5th May of Western calendar. Our Lord Buddha to be was born in this cell groove midway between his father's native place and his mother's native place, in this Lumbini cell groove. And on this very day that our most devotees or Buddhist devotees recognize as Buddha's day, because on this very day Buddha was born and the cell grew, as I have explained in detail now. So that is the second occasion we celebrate this Vesak Day. After birth, the queen and the retinue brought back the prince to the Kapilavatthu palace, and he was brought up with pomp and grandeur as a princely state. And at the age of 16 years, he was married to the princess of Devadaha, and the princess' name was Pada Kanchana or Yasodhara Devi. And he enjoyed the marital life as a prince Siddhartha. His name was Siddhartha. The princess was Yasodhara or Pada Kanchana. They enjoyed the worldly life, marital life up to 13 years, and by the age of 29, our Lord Buddha was seeing 4 signs, which we call Samvega Nimitta, the signs that provoke spiritual urgency, and he renounced the princely state and his king dynasty to be. So here, let us take note of this Samvega Nimitta, the signs that can provoke spiritual urgency, especially to our bodhisattva, and that we've been encountering every day, and we cannot get the Samvega. The first sign he met was an old man, and when he is even ignorant of what the old man is, and he has to ask his charioteer, who explained to what is meant by old man. And when he began understood the state of oldness. Whatever a person's youthful entity is subject to aging and decay, then he gets the first shock of his life, and that is what we call Samvega Nimitta. So a person, though now youthful and energetic, one day he's going to be old, degenerate, and decay. So that is the first sign he met on the way to Pleasure Grove. Then the second sign, or Samvega Nimitta, he met was a sick person. And when he was explained by his charioteer that we are prone to sickness, we are inherently prone to sickness, then he got the second shock of his life. Now, at one time, every person may be at the height of their health. They are energetic, healthy, and alert, and all kinds of comfort, physical comfort. Then one day, or at one time, one can get sick and suffer from all kinds of afflictions. So this is the second shock of life he met when he went to Pleasure Grove of the palace. Then the third sign, Samvega Nimitta, he met was a dead body. And when he was explained by his charioteer, one who is born must end with death. So he got the third shock of his life. Then the fourth time he met this Samvega Nimitta, spiritual shock. The sign of spiritual shock was a bhikkhu or a monk. When he was explained that this person is seeking the condition where there is no old age, no sickness, and no death, that is Nibbana. And he renounced every worldly attachments or bondages, and he is seeking this deathless Dharma. Then that is another shock of his life he gained. So on that very day when he returned to the palace, and at the dead of the night when the whole palace has fallen asleep, on that very day to his first child, Rahula was born to his queen, or we call Princess Rasodhara or Pada Kanchana. Her Prince Rahula was born. And on that very day, at the age of 29, he renounced the kingly state, and he left the whole world and went into forests in search of this deathless Dharma. Then he went to the Ganges Valley in the mid-eastern part of India, and he approached those famous wise ascetics or teachers of that time to learn this deathless Dharma. And nobody can teach him this deathless Dharma. Only what he gained is this eightfold jhana 4 Rupa and 4 Arupa jhanas, and he knew that these are not deathless Dharma. And he left those teachers and he went alone into the Uruvela forest, and he practiced this Vipassana Bhavana or insight meditation on his own. And on this very day of full moon day of May, that in Indian calendar it is Vesak month, and that now we are celebrating that Vesak. That auspicious occasion took place under the Bodhi tree. He gained enlightenment and he became a Sammasambuddha, the supreme Buddha of all time. So he renounced the worldly life and searched for this deathless Dhamma at the age of 29. And he gained enlightenment after practicing 6 years of this intensive meditation, and he became a Sammasambuddha at the age of 35 years. And after gaining this Sabbenyutta Jnana, omniscient wisdom, and he became a supreme Buddha, he set out to liberate other beings like him from this samsaric chain of repeated rebirths and death. He was the most industrious of all these spiritual teachers. Out of his great compassion, he rests or reposed only 1 hour, to be exact, only 1 hour and 20 minutes a day. And he taught his deathless Dhamma to all beings, and many countless or innumerable beings are liberated from this samsaric chain of repeated births and death. After teaching this deathless Dhamma for 45 years, at the age of 80, that is a natural sequence of all Buddhas, they live only 4/5 of their longevity. So our Lord Gautama arisen in the age where there is longevity is 100 years. So at the age of 80 years, he passed away, or final passing away, and common terms we call it, he died, or his death took place in the cell grove in the forest of Vesali, Kusinara, and near the dynasty of Vesali, in the Kusinara cell grove. He finally passed away, or he died at the age of 80. And this is the fourth auspicious occasion in the life of our Lord Buddha that took place on this very day, full moon day of Vesak, corresponding to the 5th month, May of Western calendar of modern times. We are celebrating to honor this our Lord Buddha. But Lord Buddha is not contented just this ceremonial honoring. He always emphasized on Dhamma honoring to him, meaning to learn his Dhamma, and we must conduct ourselves and practice if we want to honor him, he said. No material or ceremonial, superficial honoring. He never praised those things. He always extolled the honoring by Dhamma. So let us honor him by Dhamma. As I have just now said, he became a Sammasambuddha, perfectly or supremely enlightened Buddha at the age of 35. And he passed away at the age of 80. So his total year of ministry or teaching is 45 years. And these are recorded in 3 divisions of his teaching we call Tipitaka. And it contains 84,000 Dhamma themes. And it is recorded as Tipitaka and 3 divisions of Sunanda discourses, Vinaya, disciplinary rules to all those who join the Sangha order, and the Abhidhamma, higher psychophysical or philosophical teaching of the our Lord Buddha. Out of these 84,000 Dhamma, taught during 45 years of ministry. The most constant, because it is the most beneficial to all. Dharma I want to share with you all is Donglaba Desana. The teaching of Donglaba Dharma. Pali word Donglaba means difficult to attain or infinite possibility in life. And this is the most common thing. Almost every day, Buddha, he teaches this brief, concise and meaningful Dharma to his disciples. Divasi, Pali word divasi means daily or every day. Buddha always gives this admonishment. Bhikkhave, sons and daughters, apamadena, don't be heedless because of these 5 Donglaba Dharma. The 5 Dharma that is hard to achieve, hard to attain, hard to encounter in life. And these are the 5 infinite possibilities or Donglabas he admonished to his disciple. One is, Buddha said, Bodhopado Donglabo Lokasame. Lokasame in this world, Bodhopado for the Buddhas to arise. Donglabo is a very definite, very difficult opportunity. As I have often explained in my talks, to become a Sammasambuddha, one has to fulfill paramitas or the good 10 qualities that I have many times explained in detail. For a Sammasambuddha, these 10 things by 3 mean 34 perfection they had to practice. 4 aeons and 100,000 world cycles. Means without worldly reckoning, innumerable. You can never think of how long it is to become a Sammasambuddha. It's so difficult. It's so rare an opportunity. So Buddha said to meet a Sammasambuddha is, or for the Sammasambuddha to arise in this world for the benefit of all beings, is a difficult opportunity. So sons and daughters, he said, don't be heedless. Take this very rare opportunity for your own benefit, security and prosperity. Then the second Buddha said, Manosata Bhavo Donglabo. Manosa means human beings. Manu means mana, because we have the mind. We have advantages over other creatures that because we can conduct ourselves to develop our mind. That's why we are called Manosa. Manosata Bhavo Donglabo. It is very difficult to gain human life or to become a human being. And please take note here, human beings, not just ordinary human beings of 1 head, 2 hands and 2 legs. The one who can develop one's mind for one's own good cause. That is what Buddha meant here as human being. To be a human being is a second infinite possibility, very difficult to gain. So that is why Buddha said, he said, Bhikkhave, sons and daughters, don't be heedless while you are getting a human existence or human rebirth. You must make the most benefit out of or the good use of your life, which is a rare opportunity. If you die heedlessly, you can be reborn anywhere and you'll be lost like a Brahmin grouping in the dark. Then you'll be at a loss. So this is the second infinite possibility to gain human life. Then the third Donglaba Desana or infinite possibility, Buddha said it. Donglaba Sattha Sampatti. Donglaba difficult to attain or difficult to achieve. Sattha Sampatti. Sattha means confidence of faith. Somebody to be full of, to be endowed with true sattha. Please make a note, true sattha. Not all Sada, not all faith are true. True Sada is one must have confidence or faith in true Buddha, who is endowed with the concisely formulated 9 Kadayana virtues, beginning with Arhan Sama Sambuddha, which we monks every day reciting. True Buddha is a Buddha that is endowed with 9 Kadayana virtues. True Dhamma that is endowed with 6 Kadayana virtues. And a true Sangha with the 9 Kadayana virtues. So having confidence of faith in these triple gem or Buddha Dhamma Sangha only is a true Sada. And belief in law of karma. Kama Sagada Samadhi. And these are the 4 important features of a true Sada. So for one to be endowed with these some Sada or true faith is very difficult opportunity. If you look around in society, most of people, even those who proclaim themselves Buddhists, are still influenced or confused by all kinds of beliefs, thoughts, concepts, speculations and superstitions. And that is not a very good sign. That's why Buddha warned, don't be heedless. You had to build up or you had to generate true Sada to have a true faith or confidence in that triple gem, true Buddha, true Dhamma, true Sangha, and develop unshakable faith in your karma. And that is because it is very difficult to achieve. Buddha has put in as a Tat Donglaba Desana. Donglaba Sada Sampati. Papajita Bhavo Donglabo. Buddha said Papajita Bhavo. To get a renunciation. Papajita means the one who renounced wildlife and seeking the deathless or true Dhamma, not just ordinary shaven head and a robe. The true monk or the true bhikkhu who conduct himself according to disciplinary rules and who try to understand, and as he understood, he teach his fellow beings. To get such kind of a true bhikkhu, Papajita Bhava Donglabo, in life it is very difficult. As you all are aware, if you look around, many people lost properties, their moral virtues, their dignities, and some even they lost life for putting faith in the wrong imitations, sanghas or teachers. So that is why Buddha said, Papajita Bhava Donglabo. To get a proper religious teacher is difficult or infinite possibility. So you must be able to make the most use of, if you have the opportunity to get such a teacher and practice and learn under him. So that is the 4th Donglaba is Papajita Bhava Donglabo. The number 5, the last but not the least. Sadama Savana Ati Donglaba. Sadama, the teaching of the truth. For the deathless Dhamma or the teaching of the truth taught by our Lord Buddha. Sadama, Savana, to listen. Savana means to listen, to study, to listen and to practice. Buddha said this is the most difficult. Ati means the most difficult of all difficulties. That too, the truth is very glaring. Now here how many people come to listen to Buddha's Dhamma. If you go to pleasure resorts, innumerable persons flock together. For some entertainment show you have to book tickets for many months in advance. So to come here to listen to the true Dhamma is very very few. Comparatively, is very less. So that's why Buddha said, Sadama Savanan Ati Donglapa. To hear, to learn, to practice the teaching of the truth is the most difficult of all the difficulties. Now, if we review our situation, we are having still these 5 infinite difficulties or opportunities. Though Buddha has passed away and passed, his teaching is still available. That means Buddha is still alive. And that can be taken as Buddha is still arisen. So the first Donglapa, we are still having it. Then the third one, Donglapa Sada Sampati, to be fulfilled or to be endowed with the true Sadhatu is we have a chance. Now that many Dhamma books are flourishing, and now you have a chance to listen to Dhamma talks and approach the Dhamma teachers and ask questions. So you can develop true Sada also, and though it is difficult opportunity, now you all are getting the third chance. And the fourth is Donglapa Babachita Bao Donglapa. Now you are getting renunciate teachers who is able to guide you to understand, to practice the truth or true Dharma. Then now you are still having a chance to listen, to study, to practice Sadhama. Buddha's true teaching or deathless Dharma is still available. It is in its pristine purity recorded in Tipitaka. And so we have still 5 great infinite possibilities are at our hand. So that is why Buddha said, Apamadena Bhikkhave, sons and daughters, don't be heedless, just passing away the time with sensuous delight. And to turn to make opportune moment, opportune occasion to make use of the difficult 5 attainments that we are achieving now. So to be heedless, what we must do? Buddha said, Savapapasa akarana. You avoid all evil because they will fruit or they will result in unpleasurable existences and you'll have to experience pain. So avoid all that is evil or bad, like killing, harming other living beings, stealing and procuring other people's property unethically and illegally, indulging in sensual misconduct, and to be truthful, and to avoid intoxicants. So these are all unwholesome, unskillful, unprofitable actions that result in experiencing pain. So Buddha said, don't be heedless, and you must avoid these evil. And Buddha said, Kusalasa upasamvada. You try to feel what is good. All good deeds are wholesome, profitable, and skillful, because they will result in happy experiences and happy, prosperous, secure lives before you attain perpetual bliss of Nibbana. So, good deeds like dana or generosity, observing sila or morality, practicing bhavana or meditation, concentration meditation, samatha bhavana, or insight meditation, vipassana bhavana. So Buddha said, while you are getting these 5 infinite possibilities in this present life, don't be heedless and do good, avoid all evil. So to conclude, may you all audiences be able to take good opportunity of the rare 5 opportunities we are getting, and to honor our Lord Buddha by his Dhamma teaching of what I have just now explained to make the most use of infinite possibilities, so that you be free from suffering and attain eternal peace of Nibbana.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Now let us share our merits of good deeds of dana or generosity, sila or morality, all are observing and practicing meditation to all beings. So please repeat after me. Idami punya Nibbanasa Pachayo Hotu Idami punya Nyatinang Hotu Sukhita Hondu Nyatayo Idami punya Nyatinang Hotu Sukhita Hondu Nyatayo Idami punya Nyatinang Hotu Sukhita Hondu Nyatayo Imano Punya Bhagan Sabha Sadhana Dima Sa